Okay, so this is gonna be part 2 to what if Belle was the White Dragon Slayer? So let's get into it.
On my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Okay, so before I start the what if, I just wanted to say this. If you guys saw my community post, you guys would, like, I said that I wouldn't be able to post today, but I wanted to make a video, like, I wanted to record because, like, I didn't want to just, like, disappear for, like, a week like I did last time. I just think that it wouldn't be fair to you guys. And, yeah. So, I made some time, and I got to record this video. And I'm sorry if it's bad, or, like, it feels rushed. Like, I only had a little bit of time. Yeah, I only had, like 50 minutes, just, like, hopefully it's enough time. So hopefully it doesn't come out too bad. But yeah, anyways, here it is. Alright, so I wanna say sorry for the late upload. I had school and I had to do all the work that they gave me, which took forever. Then I had to take care of my little brother while my mom was out of the house. So I'm sorry about that. So, but anyways, I'm gonna continue this. So, where I last left off, Belle just exchanged the crystals. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them crystals from now on. The purple crystals that the monsters drop that when you kill them. So I'm just gonna call them crystals. So he just like he just finished like exchanging them for money, and he went back to the forest. So let's continue. So Belle, he's in the forest and he's training. He's teaching himself new moves. And yeah, when I asked you guys the question in the last part, like, what other moves that does Sting know, like the White Dragon Slayer from Fairy Tail? And a couple of you guys gave me like a little list of all the moves that he knows, and I'm only gonna give him a few. He will learn the other ones later on, cause I'm just gonna give him like 2 or 3 new moves, nothing too special, and he will learn the other ones later on. So for right now, he only knows his White Dragon Roar and his Holy Array, and to enhance his body with his aura. So those were like the only 3 moves that he knows for right now. And I think I'm missing one, but I just can't remember which move it was. But anyway, so I'm gonna give him new moves. So he knows the White Dragon Iron Fist, the Holy Nova, and what else? Shoot, I'm gonna give those 2 for now. Yeah, because I don't feel like looking at the lists. But anyways, so Bella's training. Yeah, he's training. He's learning. He's teaching himself new moves. And when he's done training, he figures that he would go into town because he needs new clothes. So he goes into town. He starts walking around, looking at different like armors and like clothes. But he doesn't want armor because he feels like it's unnecessary, even though it protects him. It protects your body from attacks. But he doesn't like armor. He'll just go for regular old, I guess, modern day clothes, whatever is considered modern in the Danmachi universe. So I'm just gonna give him. You know what? He's gonna get the same clothes that Sting has, like right in the picture. If you like, you can't see his pants. Just look up his just search up Sting from Fairy Tail, and you'll see like his clothes. He has like black and white pants, and I think black boots as well. And he has a small, like brownish yellow shirt. And I'm gonna make that a little longer, just because I want to. And he would also have the blue yellow with the white fur vest, I guess you can say. And the blue, I don't even know what those are. The things are on his arms. I'm sorry, I just don't know what they're called. But he has those as well. So that's what Bell looks like. So just imagine Bell in Sting's clothes. So yeah. So he just pays for all of that, and he also gets some food. As he would also get some food, and he would get like a little snack too. And as he's eating his little snack, he would bump into someone. Both of them would like fall to the ground, and Bell would say like, "Ow, that kind of hurt." And Bell would open his eyes to see that he bumped into a girl. And he would get back up and he would say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't see you there." And he extends his hand to help her up. And she would say like, "Oh, it's no problem." And she grabs his hand too. And like Bell would pull her back up to her feet, and he would say like, "I'm sorry, I didn't see you." And she would say like, "Yeah, it's all right. And he would say like, "I was in a rush." So, well, he wasn't in a rush. He would just say, "Bleh, I can't talk. I'm sorry." But they would like start like having a little conversation, and then they would introduce themselves. Bell would say like, "Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Bell Cornell." And the girl would say, "Oh, I'm Hestia." And Bell would say like, "Hestia, I feel like I've heard that name before. I just can't put my finger on it." And Hestia would say, "Oh yeah, I'm a goddess." And Bell would like kind of be put off guard by this and like kind of step back, and he would say, "Whoa, you're a goddess?" And she would say, "Yeah, I am. Well, not really a really well-known goddess, but I am one. I am one though." And he would say, "Really? Like, so like how, like where's your familia?" And she would say like, "Oh, I don't have one." And Belle would say like, what do you mean you don't have one? Aren't you a goddess?" And she would say, "Well, like I said, I'm not really well known, and I'm not popular at all, so no one wants to join my familia." And Belle would say like, "I'll join your familia." And Hestia would like get like kind of excited, and she would say like, "What, really?" And Belle would say, "Yeah, I wasn't really looking for a familia, but I figured that I would join one, just didn't know which one. Well, since you don't have one, or no one wants to join yours, I figured I would be the first and join your familia." And she would say like, "Oh, thank you," and like kind of, like she would hug him, and he would say like, "Oh, okay." So like, how does this work? Like, how do I join a familia? Do I just like go up to like you and say like, "I want to join," and I'm on it and I'm in, or do I have to fill out any paperwork? And she would say no paperwork, but we have to have this we're gonna have to like, shoot, I don't know how they join a familia, so I'm just gonna skip that part. So Belle is officially part of Hestia's familia. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so Belle just like officially joined Hestia's Familia, and I'm gonna do a time skip. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do one just yet. So, well, actually, I am just a couple of days. So it's been a couple of days since Belle has joined Hestia's Familia, and I must say that Belle has he's been in the dungeons almost like every day, like almost basically the whole day, and he's been killing monster after monster in there, and he's been collecting a lot of crystals and exchanging them for money, and he's been like saving up because they're still in that like abandoned part of like the town that they're in. Like they're at the abandoned church. They're still at that place, and Belle just wants to help Hestia out and make more people to like see her as a quote unquote worthy goddess of joining her Familia. So he's been like saving up like a lot, and he would surprise her with the money, and she would like start kind of crying because no one has ever helped her like this, not even the other gods. And she would run up and hug him, and she would ask like, is there any way she can repay him? And Belle would say like, there's no need. You don't need to repay me. I did this all for you. Well, for both of us, but mostly you. And she would just like hug him more and like tighter. And they would get a place. They would get like a little what should I give them? Like a little 2-story building. Nothing too fancy, but nothing like too old or like, yeah, just old. So they would like purchase the building, and they would have a lot more space, and they would just like start like finding like some like furniture to put in the new like quote unquote Familia like house, whatever. Is it? I don't think it's called a guild. I think it's just called a Familia. I don't know. I have to look it up. Sorry. But anyway, so they couldn't really find anything. Sorry about that. I had a cough. But they couldn't really find any like furniture like too cheap. So they only bought like a couple of like tables and like a couple of chairs just so they can sit down. And they bought a new couch. Yeah, no, actually, no, they wouldn't buy a new couch just yet. I feel it would be too expensive. So Belle would go into the caves the next day, and he would spend most of the day there. And while he's there, he encounters not yet. I was about to say something, but I'm gonna do it later. So Belle is in the dungeon. He's killing monsters, and you would come across a monster that's not really meant to be at the level that he's at. And he would try to kill it. And he would they're both staring at each other. Then Belle would like charge at the monster, and he would say, "White dragon, holy Nova." And sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. And Belle would land his attack on the monster, but the monster, I want to say like a third of its body would explode, but then it would just start regenerating. And Belle would say like, like I knew I was holding back, but I didn't know I was holding back like this much. Maybe I have to put in more power. and the monster would try to hit not Deku, Bell, and Bell would dodge the attack, and he would say like, "Whoa, that was kind of close." And the monster would hit Bell again, but this time with a sword that he had. No, not a sword, just with his like hand, or yeah, with his fist. Bell would actually get punched, and he would get sent to the wall, like the cave wall, and he would make like a small crater in it, and Bell would get back up. Then he would see the monster charging at him. Bell would like get out of the way just in time, and the monster would get like its head stuck in like the cave wall, and Bell would say like, "This is my chance." So he would charge up his attack, and he would yell out, "White Dragon, Holy Nova!" And he would put in more power, or more magic power, into the attack, and the monster would drop, I would say 3 gems instead of like the usual one, just because he can. It can. And Bell would say like, "Whoa, like 3 gems for that one monster? Must be my lucky day." And he would pick those like crystals up, and he would be on his way to kill more monsters. Now I'm gonna do like time skip. So time skip, and I said Bell was 12. Yeah, I said he was 12 or 13 in the last part. Or was he 10? Oh my god, I can't remember. But I'm just time skip, and he's like now 14. I think, yeah, he's 14 in the anime, like the start of the anime. So Bell is now 14. He's been in the Hestia Familia for a pretty long time, and so far no one seems to want to join the Familia after, like, even though like Bell has done so much for the Familia and for Hestia, and people just don't really care and don't want to bother joining her Familia, which kind of like, it makes Hestia sad, but she like would cheer up because like Bell is like with her. And like in canon, Hestia has a crush on Bell, but I'm just gonna say this now, I'm not gonna do a ship. I like stopped doing ships like after, I don't know, it's been a while since I've like not done a ship, and I don't really want to do them because, one, I don't really like the ships. I don't really like shipping anyone, and plus I'll probably forget who I shipped Bell with. So yeah. So like, since Bell has been like killing so many monsters, he would be like leveling up pretty fast. And he would be like pretty like well known in like the town that he's in. And like even though he's well known and people would like come up to him, they would kind of like, he's kind of like a little celebrity, I guess. People want to like, I don't think like they have phones. No, I don't think phones exist in the Danmachi universe. No, they don't. But they would want to get his autograph, I guess, because like he's, like I said, he's kind of like a little celebrity in the town. And I'm gonna say that he's level 4 right now. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna just say he's level 4 for right now. And he's leveled up pretty fast. So yeah. So while Bell is taller. I'm gonna say he's 5'10". Yeah, he's 5'10". For a 14-year-old, that's pretty tall. So he's like 5'10", and basically he's built like Sting, Like he has a six pack. Like he's just like pretty muscular. So yeah. So as Bell is walking through town, he would see someone. It's a girl. He would see a girl. And when he looks at her, he just thinks of like he feels like he's like seen her before, but he just can't put his finger on it. And he would just like not really like bother with it. He would just go back to the guild hall and like look for and just like ask for like, well, he would just like go to the guild hall to like trade his crystals for money, I guess. Yeah, just that. So he would walk towards the guild hall, and he would see the girl, and like at the front desk, and Bell would walk towards the front desk and like wait his like for his turn, and the front lady would say like, "Oh, Bell, like you returned," and the girl would like turn back to see Bell, and Bell would say, "Yeah, like, but I'm going back in, like I'm just taking a little break," and she would say like, "Oh, really? Like, it's not like even though you're strong, you should never like be in the dungeons like every day. Like you should like have a couple of days off." And Belle would say, "Yeah, I know, but I don't really want to. I want to get stronger and become as like to make someone proud." Well, and she would say like, "Oh, him," and Belle would say, "Yeah, him." Like it's the same. I'll just say it's the elf girl. I forgot her name. I have to look it up. Sorry, but it's the elf girl. And I would say that over the years, they've gotten closer. And I would say Belle told her his secret about like him being raised by a dragon. He didn't tell her about that he was from a different world. So like he just told her that he was raised by a dragon and his magic was made to kill dragons. And so she knows. And the girl would say like, "Huh, I remember you. You bumped into me like a couple years ago." And Belle would just think in his mind, and he would say like, "Huh, that's weird. Like, did I bump into her?" And then he would like get a little flashback of him bumping into the girl. And Belle would say like, "Oh, it's you. I'm sorry, like I forgot your name." And she would say like, "Oh, I'm like it's okay. I didn't introduce myself back then, but I will now. My name is Ines Wallenstein. Nice to meet you." And Belle would say, "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Belle Cornell." And the elf would say like, "Huh, so you've met before?" And Ines would say, No, Belle would say, "No, not exactly. Like, I bumped into her a couple years ago, and I just never got the chance to ask her name." And she would say, "Oh, that's cool." And Ines would say like, "I would like to request to go into the dungeons." And she would say, "Oh, okay. Like, you have permission." And I don't think they need to get permission to go to the dungeons. Just for plot, just for right now, that they need permission to go. And Belle would say like, "I'll come with you." And she would say like, "You don't need to." And Belle would say like, "No, I want to get to know you more." And the elf girl, the one at the front desk, she would say, "But you just got back and you just said that you're gonna take a break." And Belle would say, well, my break is up. My break is over, so I'm gonna go. And she would say like, all right, Belle, just go. Like, don't be too reckless. And Belle would say like, yeah, all right. So Eyes and Belle would walk together to the dungeons. And as they're walking, they'll just talk about random things of like how it's been a while since they've seen each other. And they're kind of talking like they've known each other like their entire lives. And as like they're walking, people would like start like look at them because Ainz is also known as the Sword Princess, and she's also known as like the youngest person to like level up so fast, I think. And Belle is also, he's also like pretty popular too. No, I feel like Belle is younger than her by like 2 years. Yeah, cause Ainz is like 16 and he's 14. Yeah. So Belle would actually be known as like the youngest person to level up so quickly. Or yeah, to level up the fastest. And sorry about that. But anyway, so like they would get like some people would stop them and they would like ask for like their autographs and whatnot. And some people would think that, or they would ask like, are you guys like together or anything? And Belle would say like, no, we're not. We're just talking and we're just heading to the dungeons. And they would say like, oh, like, is it like a date or something? And Belle would just say, no, it's not. And Eyes would like stand up and she would say like, we're just like acquaintances. Hopefully we can become friends, but for now we're just acquaintances. And they would just say, oh, okay. And they leave them alone, and both of them walk towards the dungeons. And they get there. They do the usual. They kill monsters. Belle, Ainz, they're killing monsters in the dungeons. And I'm gonna say both of them get to like the lower levels of the dungeon. Yeah, they're like on the lower levels. And Ainz is kind of surprised at Belle, who's able to like go this far. And she didn't know that he was this strong. And I'm gonna say like they kind of like split up so they can like look for more monsters to kill. So they do. And like Belle is just killing random monsters that he can find. And he killed one. He picks up the crystal, and out of nowhere. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, so Belle would feel the ground rumble underneath his feet, and he's thinking like, that's weird. I wonder what's happening. And out of nowhere, a Minotaur would appear, and it's just basically on a rampage, just basically killing other monsters in its way. It's just causing a bunch of destruction in the dungeon, and it's also like breaking not the concrete walls, like the cave walls. Like the Minotaur's just breaking through them, and the roof of the cave, I guess, would start to like break, like crack, and it like pieces of rock would start falling from it. And Belle would say like, whoa, like a Minotaur, like what's it doing up here? Like I know I'm pretty far down, but I thought Minotaur were supposed to be like lower in the dungeons. How did it get up here? And the Minotaur would notice Belle, and the Minotaur would start charging at him, and Belle would say like, oh, all right, I guess I have to face him. And they both charge at each other. Like the Minotaur would throw a punch, and Bell would also throw a punch. And Bell is not using any of his magic. He's just using his physical strength. And just using his physical strength, he's pretty strong. Like, and he's just thinking in his head, and he's like, huh. Even though I'm not using my magic, this Minotaur is actually pretty weak. I thought monsters like this would be a lot stronger. And Bell would start to get a little cocky, and he would just start like messing and like playing around with the Minotaur. He would be jumping around, hitting it, then jumping like at the opposite direction and hitting the Minotaur again. And he would keep doing it and until he's not actually like taking it seriously and just playing around. And then Eyes would step in and just like kill the Minotaur, just slice it in half like in canon. And she would say like, huh, I didn't think that you were the cocky type. And Bell would say, yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little carried away. And Bell would pick up the crystal and he would say, here, take it, you killed it. And she would say, no, you can take it, I don't need it. And Bell would say like, I insist, you're the one who killed it, and I don't deserve to the crystal that the monster dropped that somebody killed. And she would say, oh, thanks. So they continue killing monsters and heading lower into the dungeon. I want to say like they're at level, like at the 10th floor. I think it's like levels. Whatever, I don't care right now, sorry. But they're on like the 10th, like bottom, like, yeah, the top, the bottom, the 10th floor of the dungeon. And like they would stop there because like even though Bell is extremely like stronger than Canon, he doesn't want to like adventure too deep down and get himself into a low fight that he can't win. So Bell would say like, all right, Ainz, like I've gone far enough and I don't want to get into a fight that I can't win, so I'm gonna leave. And she would say, oh, all right, I'll leave too. I think that's enough killing for today. And both of them would get ready and they would walk out of the dungeon. And as they're walking, both of them have like a little sack of like crystals they collected of all the monsters they killed. And Belle would say like, so, like, Ainz, I never asked you, but are you in a familia? And she would say like, yes, I am. Belle would ask like, which familia? She would say, the Loki familia. And he would say, whoa, that's impressive. You must be, like, I know you're strong, but I didn't think that you were that strong. And Ainz would say, yeah, I am strong, but you don't need power. You don't need to be like strong to join any like familias. Just in this one, you have to be a little strong, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a really hard familia to get into. I'm just gonna say that. So Ainz would say like, are you in a familia? And Belle would say, yeah, I am. And she would say like, which one? And Belle would say, the Hestia familia. And like Ainz would say like, oh, really? And Belle would say, yeah, like I know she's not really popular, but she's actually pretty nice once you get to know her. Like if everyone knew how like her personality was, like if everyone knew her personality, people would like want to join her familia. And she would say like, oh, really? She must be like a pretty fun goddess. And Belle would say, yeah, she is. And they would just like well, they would continue talking, and eventually they would reach the guild hall, and the elf would say like, "Oh, you're back," and they would say, "Yeah, we are. We're gonna exchange our crystals now." And she would say like, "All right, you know what to do," and both of them would walk up towards the other lady, and they exchange their crystals for money, and they would say like, "Huh." Belle would say like, "Huh." A little less than I usually get, but nothing to complain about. Anyway, I'ma head home. Like, hopefully you have a good night, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And Ainz would say, "Yeah, good night, Belle." And Belle would leave, and he would walk towards the Hestia Familia house, whatever, headquarters. Sorry, I don't know what it's called. Anyways, so Belle would arrive, and Hestia would greet him by jumping towards him and hugging him. She would say like, "Belle, you're back," and Belle would say, "Yeah, I am." And she would say like, "So how did you do in the dungeons?" And he would say like, I didn't do as like well as I usually do. I got a little less money than I usually get, but it's nothing too bad, nothing too serious, nothing to complain about." And she would say, "Oh, well, at least you're getting something out of it." Belle would say, "Yeah, true." And Hestia would say like, "So I prepared dinner, and instead of having like the potato whatever they had, something it has to do with potatoes like in anime, they didn't have that. They actually have like actual meals." And Hestia like prepared like, oh, sorry about that, but Hestia prepared like a regular meal. I don't know what meal, just like steak with, I don't know, rice. I don't know. Sorry, but they would eat. So yeah, they would eat. Yeah, then they would like talk about a few things, and Belle would ask Hestia to like check his stats, and like Hestia would say like, "All right, like go lay on the bed." And yeah, they have furniture. I forgot to mention that they have furniture now. And Belle would go upstairs and lay on his bed. Yeah, because they have separate rooms. So Belle would like take off like his shirt and his vest, and he would also take off his arm things. I don't know what they're called. Sorry, but he would take off those, and like he would lay on his stomach. Hestia would get on top of him, and she would check Belle's stats and all that, and she would say, "Huh, interesting. You're really close to leveling up to level 5." And Belle would say, "Oh, really?" And she would say, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure another good day of work in the dungeon, and you'll be at level 5." And Belle would say like, "Huh, that's pretty neat. Anything else?" And she would say, your agility and stamina has increased by a little bit, but noticeable." And he would say, "That's nice. That's cool." And Belle would say like, "Do I have any more skills?" And Hestia would say, "No, not yet." And Belle would say like, "Huh, I figured. But I don't really want a skill anyway. I don't think I need it. Plus, I'm already strong as I am without one." And Hestia would say, "Yeah." And she would like seal it, like they would be done. And Belle would like say, "I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna go to bed." And Hestia would say, like, "Alright, good night, Belle." She would close the door, and Belle would get into bed, and he would not go to sleep. He was just pretending that he's tired. He's actually not. But he just wanted to say that so Hestia would leave him alone. So Belle would sneak out of his window and jump out of it and head to the forest. Really, really deep in the forest. And Belle would train tirelessly. He would train all night, perfecting different moves. And he's training to use something that he calls Dragon Force. And he does somewhat learn how to use Dragon Force. Like, he would start to see like white marks appearing on his skin and face, like little marks, not like what you see in the picture, not like that, not yet. But he's starting to notice that he feels like his magic has increased by a lot. And he trains to learn how to use Dragon Force, and he would start teaching himself other attacks. The White Dragon Claw, or did he already know that? No, he knew. I gave him Holy Nova and White Dragon and Holy Iron Fist. So he would learn his White Dragon Claw and a couple other moves that I'm not gonna name. Yeah, because I forgot what their names are. Sorry. Anyway, so Belle would train tirelessly until 5 in the morning. Then he would return back towards the Hestia Familia headquarters. So, yeah, then he would get 2 hours of sleep. He would wake up at 7 in the morning. And that's basically what he needs. He's gotten used to sleeping only 2 hours a night every night. So yeah, he doesn't feel tired at all. So he would get up, put on his clothes, and he would wake up Hestia. Hestia still half asleep, and he would say "Alright, I'm gonna go head to the dungeons." And she would say "Oh, okay. Take care and be careful, Belle." And he would say, "Yeah, I will. You can still sleep. I just wanted to tell you." She would say, "Yeah, okay." And she would go back to sleep. Belle would go back to the dungeons and kill more monsters. So I'm gonna end it off here. I hope you guys liked this part. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I want that body, baby, show me.